I am radioactive.
The story is extremely enigmatic.
This is the ghostland, a land of no escape.
Full of humor, scary moments, dramatic moments.
It's a good old-fashioned tale. You know, it's a yarn of action-adventure, of the hero rescuing the maiden in distress, of her journey and her finding her voice.
Everybody, let's go!
I don't think my filmography really goes towards anything that is similar to Prisoners of the Ghostland because Sono is so unique. His vision and his voice as a filmmaker is so unique.
I'm not a prisoner!
I read a draft of the script, which was completely crazy. It was an incredible world of madness. When I finished reading, I thought, what did I just read? And just started wrapping my head around Sion's work, his world, his attention to emotional details in people's lives, especially women, was something that really compelled me. And I just love his creativity and how much of an artist he is when he makes movies. And I really immediately wanted to work with him.
My character, his name is Hero. I do think that there is a kind of remorse in Hero that he comes into focus with, and I think he tries to turn whatever negativity he was capable of and utilize it in such a way that he could do something positive and ultimately help. So it's a cathartic kind of narrative for this particular character.
I fear my sweet Bernice has fallen into their perverse lair.
Bernice is a girl who was abducted after the death of her mother when she was very young. She was abducted by the governor, played by Bill Moseley. She was trapped in his world, and he sort of molded her to his ways of living, which are pretty extreme and abusive. And she basically, I think, you know, had that hunger for an alternative and wanted a chance for something else. And so she decided to go and chase her freedom. I relate to it because I think every human being has a thirst for freedom, you know, and I think it's important. I mean, me personally, yeah, I chase freedom for sure.
We've never been outside a house before. Are we free? Is this what it feels like?
I think it feels much better than that.
The governor is every tin-horn despot ever made. What I love is that the governor wears white from head to toe, white hat down to white shoes and socks. The only color in the governor's outfit are the red gloves that I wear. I love the fact that it's, you know, clearly an indication that I have a little blood on my hands.
Tak-san and my double, Taku-san, were both magnificent to watch. Doing the stunts and going through the moves, Tak-san said to me that I move more like a boxer, and they wanted me to get more like a samurai, and I didn't really have the time to learn samurai moves. So what worked was Tak-san has the very extraordinary talent and ability as a samurai warrior. His moves are magnificent. But I thought it was interesting that the Western boxer was meeting the Eastern samurai, and that looked like something that might be brand new. And Taku-san looked at the way I move, and he got the kind of moves of the boxer, even in his body language. And so he's a great double for me, and he did an amazing job. So I was quite excited about that. Okay. One more?
I do love doing my own stunts. It's sort of a rule that I've taken on board more and more. I'm like, I think I would just want to keep doing them forever, as much as, you know, as I can, humanly can. But working with Tak was pretty incredible. He has such an incredible charisma and presence, and he's excellent at what he does. I mean, watching him fight it's pretty incredible, and I felt very lucky to exchange with him. He gave me tips about how samurai fight, and how you fight normally in movies. You make a lot of noise, and how you have to exhale that energy with and he told me no, samurai has to be all composed, and it's almost like it's not costing you at all. It's all very easy. I was like, whoa, I like that. I've never done a fight that way before. But yeah, it was pretty fun to do that sword fight. I had a lot of fun. It was also the fastest I've ever shot a fighting scene. We shot in about an hour. We shot that sequence in an hour and a half, and I learned it that morning for 20 minutes.
Godspeed.
My favorite moments in the movie are in Ghostland. I think Ghostland is where things really almost approach a kind of, I mean, if I had to make any comparison to Sono-san and the films that I've enjoyed in the past, I would say Fellini-esque. I mean, there's a Fellini-esque style, a Fellini-esque surrealism that I think is very beautiful, but it's uniquely Sono. It's uniquely his vision. I'm amazed by how he's able to think on the spot and come up with ideas, and that's something I really enjoyed about him as well. Was if I had an idea, we had a bond. It was a very fluid relationship, and there was a pretty strong trust there for each other. There was a mutual trust, so that saved time, and I was able to contribute some ideas, and that's always a good feeling when you can collaborate with artist to artist.
Nick is my kind of actor. He's into it. Working with Nick Cage and Sofia Boutella has just been a real treat. I would have to say any interactions I've had with the two of them has been a lot of fun.
This movie is so rich. There's so many various important moments. I felt overwhelmed every time. I love being on set with Nick. I think he's a genius. He's a creative genius. It was just a dream to be on set with him.
He's so cool.
This movie was my first movie in Japan. I love Japan. I have always had a fascination and appreciation for Japanese style. I like making movies that try to do something a little different than the norm.